On the day, the Royal College of Nurses announced the first strike across England, Wales and Northern Ireland in its 106-year history. A nurse laid into the government on BBC Question Time.
Fund us properly, make nursing and clinical, and health and social care generally, a good profession that's well paid with good working conditions. We want to be proud of our profession. I've just voted to strike, and that was hard. That was a really difficult decision. Language like holding the country to ransom and things. I don't want to strike, but we've been waiting for jam tomorrow for decades now, and it hasn't come.
There is a can I just say there is
a
fundamental thing here. We have a population that is ageing. 44% of public spending is going. 44% of public spending is going to the NHS, more than ever before, more per head, even real terms than ever before. It's just trying to match that need is really difficult, which is why social care reform is so important.
I'm really sorry we are out of time. I think the point you also will make is you feel insulted by suggesting you're holding the country ransom, and I
don't want to strike.
Okay, we hear you.
But I need more money. We all nurses, care workers, doctors, we need to be able to lead reasonable lives without having to strike. So pay us, please, what we deserve.
So the reference there to holding the country to ransom, that was something a separate audience member said in the programme. That was, I think, about the rail workers striking. It's a phrase, though, that government ministers have liked to use too. Aaron, I mean, the applause that nurse got, I mean, very well justified, very well warranted. I think that might scare the government. What do you think?
I think so. And the polling indicates that there's massive support actually for nurses going on strike. This is the first strike in the history of the Royal College of Nursing in 106 years. Incidentally, they didn't even back the idea of industrial action until 1995. You know, they basically weren't even a trade union in some ways of understanding it until the mid-1990s. So the idea that they would do this flippantly and they're always on strike and that they're work shy. By the way, I think they'll still try and say this, Tory politicians in certain parts of legacy media, but very hard to swallow when they've literally never gone on strike before. Again, talking about what's just happened to their pay, you know, by the end of next year, because of course they've seen their pay fall by 10% since 2010. You've got inflation this year of 9%. The pay deal they're getting is really about 4 to 5%. And then, of course, you've got the government offering a pay rise across the public sector in 2023 of just 2%. You know, they're looking at their real pay being 20% lower than in 2010. And the facts are more and more nurses will leave. And in the medium to long term, we will just not be able to recruit people. And so we have to pay them more. If we want an NHS, we're going to have to pay nurses more. And I thought she put that really well. Finally, I've said it already, but I'll say it again. You know, one alarming statistic on this, Michael, is that there are 6 NHS trusts in the UK which either have food banks at work or offer a voucher system whereby nurses can get food, which is, you know, effectively food bank food. It's just procedurally done quite differently. I mean, you'd think that's a sign to the government, Michael. The average nurse now is graduating with £54,000 worth of student debt. They're having to sometimes use food banks. And the promise they're getting from the government is to just get permanently poorer year after year and have wage rises below inflation. You will not be able to recruit people into the NHS if you do that. They can run all the adverts they like, you know, that look like Love Actually. If Richard Curtis is trying to promote the NHS, this is what it would be. They do those, it seems now, every Christmas. That's not adequate. They should stop doing it, put the money towards paying nurses the amount they deserve, frankly.
Hear, hear. Solidarity with any nurses watching. We will definitely be covering the strike all throughout December because it matters, you know, to all of us, because the NHS matters to all of us. I think this could be very significant as well when it comes to the general discussion about pay rises. Well, I don't even want to say pay rises. Again, workers fighting against real terms pay cuts, which is what all of these strikes are at the moment.